Alright, football fans. The NFL draft weekend is a time filled with incredibly high stakes and raw emotion for the young players hoping to achieve their dreams. But amidst the anticipation and anxiety, one player's moment in the spotlight was unfortunately interrupted by a childish prank call. An incident that has since led to a public apology, a team statement, and even an NFL investigation. We're talking about the prank call received by quarterback Shedeur Sanders as he waited to be drafted on Friday. During the second round of the draft on Friday, while Shedeur Sanders was still waiting to hear his name called after his surprising slide out of the first round, he received a phone call captured on video that quickly went public. The caller was reportedly impersonating New Orleans Saints general manager Mickey Loomis, telling Sanders that the Saints would select him with their upcoming pick but that he would have to wait a little longer. This misleading message, delivered in a moment of high anxiety for Sanders, caused confusion and became a viral moment. Now, the mystery behind who made that call has been solved, and it turns out to be the son of an NFL coach. The Atlanta Falcons confirmed on Sunday that the prank call was made by 21-year-old Jeff Ulbrich, the son of their defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich. This confirmation came in a statement from the team, which also addressed a concerning detail: how Jeff Ulbrich obtained Shedeur Sanders' private phone number in the first place. According to the Falcons, Jax unintentionally came across the number for Sanders' special draft phone on an open iPad while visiting his parents and proceeded to write it down for the purpose of making a prank call. This detail about accessing a private number from an NFL staff member's device has raised significant questions about data handling protocols. Following the confirmation from the Falcons, Jeff Ulbrich posted a public apology to Shedeur Sanders on his Instagram account. In his apology, which he shared both as a standard post and a story, Ulbrich expressed deep regret for his actions. He wrote, "On Friday night I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish." He acknowledged the significance of the draft moment for Sanders, adding, "I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment." Ulbrich also mentioned that he had called Sanders earlier that day to apologize privately and thanked Sanders for accepting the call, stating, "I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me." It's worth noting that the original apology post initially misspelled Sanders' name, which Ulbrich later corrected in a repost. The Atlanta Falcons organization also issued its own statement addressing the incident and their findings. They confirmed that Jax obtained the number in the manner described and used it for the prank. The team was explicit in condemning the behavior, stating, "The Atlanta Falcons do not condone this behavior and send our sincere apologies to Shedeur Sanders and his family." They also confirmed they had been in contact with the Sanders family to apologize and helped facilitate the direct apology from Jax to Shedeur. The Falcons statement also clarified that defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich was reportedly unaware about both the leak of the number and the prank call itself until after the fact, indicating the team is not taking action against the coach. Beyond the specifics of this one incident, the Falcons also stated they are in contact with the NFL and will cooperate with any investigation. This points to a larger issue. The NFL is reportedly opening an investigation not only into this specific prank call and the leak of Shedeur Sanders' number but also into a smattering of other draft day prank calls that have been reported affecting other prospects. While the exact number of players affected is unknown, Indianapolis Colts rookie Tyler Warren was reportedly among those who received similar calls. It is currently unclear whether Jeff Ulbrich was involved in any of these other reported prank calls. This incident highlights several layers of concern. While the prank itself might be dismissed by some as merely childish, the fact that a prospect's private number was accessible on an NFL coach's device, even unintentionally, points to potential vulnerabilities in how sensitive information is handled during the draft process. The public apology from Jeff Ulbrich and the team's statement are efforts to address the immediate fallout. But the NFL's investigation into the data leak and the broader pattern of prank calls suggests a need for a wider review of information security and prospect handling during the draft. In conclusion, the mystery caller who pranked Shedeur Sanders has been identified and has publicly apologized. and the Falcons organization has confirmed the details and issued their own apology. While Shedeur himself reportedly wasn't significantly bothered by the prank, the incident has shed light on how sensitive prospect information might be handled within the league, prompting an NFL investigation and serving as a notable, if regrettable, post-draft storyline. Alright, there's been a significant development regarding that upsetting prank call made to quarterback Shedeur Sanders during the NFL draft weekend. The mystery of who was behind it has been solved, and the individual has now publicly apologized. On Sunday, the Atlanta Falcons organization confirmed that the person who prank-called Shedeur Sanders was 21-year-old Jeff Ulbrich, the son of their own defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich. Jeff Ulbrich has since posted a public apology on Instagram, taking responsibility for his actions. In his apology, Jeff Ulbrich wrote, and I quote, "On Friday night I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish." He added, "I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment." He also mentioned that he had called Shedeur personally earlier in the day to apologize and was thankful that Sanders accepted his call. The Falcons organization also released a statement explaining how this happened. They confirmed that Jeff Ulbrich unintentionally came across Shedeur Sanders' private phone number on an open iPad belonging to his father, Jeff Ulbrich, while visiting his parents' home. He then wrote the number down to make the prank call. This detail about obtaining the number from an NFL coach's device has led to the NFL opening an investigation into how the private number was leaked. The Falcons statement also made it clear that Jeff Ulbrich was unaware of both the data breach and the prank call until after the fact. The team condemned Jeff Ulbrich's behavior and offered sincere apologies to Shedeur Sanders and his family, facilitating Jeff's direct apology to them. The Falcons also stated they are reviewing all their protocols to prevent similar incidents in the future and are cooperating with the NFL's investigation. The prank call itself happened on Friday night during the second round of the draft, when someone impersonated Saints GM Mickey Loomis and falsely told Shedeur he would be picked at number 40. Before revealing it was a prank, Shedeur Sanders, who was eventually drafted by the Cleveland Browns on Saturday, addressed the incident later, saying he wasn't bothered by it and called it a childish act. This situation has brought to light that other prospects also reported receiving prank calls during the draft. Ultimately, the identification of the prankster as the son of an NFL coach and the details of how the private number was obtained from an iPad add a really unfortunate layer to Shedeur Sanders' draft experience, highlighting both the potential for data issues and the disappointing nature of targeting prospects during such a high-stakes and emotional moment.